MicroMachine in the bot world is about a 97% win rate bot, so far and away the best we got. He's also figured out all the issues with playing real time for the most part, because there's some technical problems with bots that play against humans. So not only is it difficult to beat a human, but then your bot won't even perform properly half the time. So he's figured out a lot of that stuff. So Foo5679 is Scarlett, and Foo5680 is MicroMachine. Let's put the name tag up there because it's really useful. Yeah, so Scarlett is the Protoss in the bottom left, and in the top right, it is MicroMachine. Scarlett actually with a higher APM than MicroMachine at the moment. That won't last. So, looks like it's a pylon gateway and then a gateway scout out of Scarlett. Now, one of the things I know that MicroMachine does not do is he doesn't pull the worker off of the structure if it gets low. He doesn't try to save this worker. So I think that's what Scarlett kind of abused in previous games. And she doesn't pull any punches. She's not like, okay, I just won't do that. She just goes, when she finds a weakness, she goes for it. But this SCV gets pretty lucky right here, as it finds a spot she can't get to, where it's protected by the supply depot. Anyways, taking some hit points off of one SCV and then pulling back in. This is a little odd. He goes to low ground, he's got the money for an expansion, but then decides to place it on the high ground. I'm not sure if that's a bug. Maybe he thought this probe was cannon rushing or something, but that will slow him down slightly. Reaper on the way. Let's get the production tab back up. And looks like it went Cybercore into a second Nexus. Factory going down for MicroMachine. Reaper heading across the map. Second gas finishes for both players. Probe chilling there, Reaper showing up. He's actually afraid of the shade, which is, I guess, good logic. That's probably a good thing to do. Scarlett delays the Reaper for a little while, and then we'll take off with the shade. As that should probably bought enough time for the Stalker. Yeah, here comes the Stalker now. Reaper jump is blocked. And Stalker arrives just in time to shoo away the Reaper. Meanwhile, this comes across. He did lift his barracks off though, so he does not have a wall. Adept coming in, nothing at home. One Marauder. Marauders don't do a ton of damage though to... I think like the Mule is actually running away from the Adept for some reason. That looks like a bug. And this Adept's going to town. 3 worker kills, 4 worker kills. Man, if 2 Adepts can get 3 workers, it's usually pretty good. This is 1 Adept getting 5, 6 workers? No, just 5. Reaper's still alive, but getting shooed away, no kills on that side. So that gives a 12 worker lead for Scarlett. Nice little start here. Looks like we got a 3-gate aggression. Robo's coming next with Stalkers warping in at this proxy pylon, but he's going into a tank and Marauders. That can't be good. Marauders have concussive shell, trying to focus down the individual Stalkers. Stalker trying to pull back. And, ooh, good micro on both sides. Marauders actually put a volley into the pylon, that's unfortunate. Probably kept them from killing another stalker. Marauders are all down, but that high ground siege tank had the perfect position, but not anymore. Siege tank moves down. Oh, man. Did I see that right? Watch the first volley from that tank. I think it kills 2 stalkers. Oh, man. That's a good one. Tank is going down, however, though. One stalker goes down, second one is low. Cyclone pops out. Goes after the full hit point stalker, which is a good thing if he can finish the kill, but he cannot. 2 low hit point stalkers. They can go after workers right now, but they gotta be a little bit scared of another siege tank. They can't really see up there, and they don't have any shields at the moment. Yeah, with 5 stalkers really outclasses these cyclones and marauders. Getting a stalker though from the high ground with the cyclone, although killing a marauder at the same time. Getting some more worker kills. That's almost a 20 worker lead now for Scarlett. Proxy pylon is going down, so this push should end at some point. High ground siege tank getting set up. Pylon does survive. Banshee is out. With all these low hit point stalkers, Banshee will get cleaned up. You can win that fight, Banshee. Stay there. Okay, Banshee takes off, but Marine comes in and finishes the job. Good job with the Banshee. Basically got 3 stalker kills, and now it gets to go back to repair. Reaper is still annoying Scarlett on the other side of the map, which must have hurt her micro a little bit. Even got a worker kill, it looks like. However, a 20 worker lead is still in effect for Scarlett. This Reaper is finally going to get zoned out, it appears. No? Yes. Third Nexus going down. I don't think we're going to see a third command center anytime soon out of MicroMachine. So, quite the lead for Scarlett here. Army supply is weak. Okay, so weird force of a tank, a marauder, and another tank, which seems absolutely ridiculous to cross the map with. Unless your opponent only has a sentry and 2 stalkers, in which case it's not looking so bad. Does warp in 3 more stalkers, trades a tank for a stalker. Banshee's in your back here though, and a lot of weak stalkers yet again. 1 going down, 2 going down. Sentry, the Guardian Shield, that's going down too. The Stalker is up to 5 kills, but basically 6, because we know it killed that other Stalker. Just the Marine had the kill steal. Yeah, that does go down. I assume this third base will be held, but that was, you know, a decent amount of damage. Units lost tab is looking fairly even. Which probably means Scarlett has lost more army. So a ridiculous attack out of MicroMachine, but kind of caught Scarlett on a transition when she was teching up to Thermal Lance and Blink and taking her third base. Kind of shows you, like, the pros know when it's a bad time for you to attack, and they got greedy in that point. But then, what if you actually do attack when they assume you're not going to? Getting the shield battery would be nice. I don't believe any bots are smart enough to use 2 Banshees to harass workers with, so a single shield battery really shuts down the Banshee harass. With Speak of the Devil, here comes another Banshee in. But can't get much done, just can pick away at this refinery as there's already cannons there. Although, building a cannon in range was not the best choice. This pesky Reaper, no, it's a different Reaper. About to say it's still alive. Finally a third base coming down for MicroMachine. Let's see what the APM tabs look like now. 12,000 APM for MicroMachine versus a mere 200 from the pro player. And she does barely get away with its life. 10 hit points remaining. Significant push coming in on the 4th here of Scarlett. This is going to be very difficult to hold. Marauders trading with Stalkers in the south. Meanwhile, I almost need to... What is it? Shift Z? I've forgotten the keys. There we go. I made the sound go away. Okay. Yeah, so Vikings are able to pick away the Colossus in the north, and Marauders are able to fight the Stalkers in the south, and a couple tanks sieged up within Nexus range. Yeah, there's no holding this fourth. Even already spent the shield battery. There's so much recharge points here. And this is looking scary for Scarlett. 2 Colossus and Stalkers isn't bad, but both those things are pretty good for siege tanks. 3 more emergency shield batteries going down. Little did she know that the attack has been abandoned, as MicroMachine is preferring to solidify his 4th base rather than defend. We do have a Warp Prism with some Zealots ready to send in the Harass. Speaking of Harass, here comes another Banshee. And Blink is a big trouble for bots. You know, you try to code them perfectly where they just stay outside of Stalker range, and then all of a sudden, in one instant, all the Stalkers are on top of you. Zealots pouring in, SCVs evacuating. Looks like the Zealots do have charge though, so they move faster, plus they can charge every once in a while. SCVs kind of redispersing themselves and getting back to work. So a solid 4-base economy now for both players. Warpin is still coming to annoy the Terran, who does not have any defense here. Meanwhile, fairly large attack coming up here. MicroMachine pulling back. Oh no, leaving his tanks to fend for themselves. You must have gone back to deal with a Zealot harass or something. Unfortunate choice. Not a great attack, but I think a good composition advantage for MicroMachine. Like, tanks usually lose their power versus Protoss, but if they're just going Archon, Stalker, Colossus, none of those things are great versus tanks. You really want to see like Immortals and Charge Lots to make tanks pointless. Or of course Sky Toss later on. We do have a base being threatened here. It looks like Scarlett saw that there was a double expand going on, and she's like, no, we can't let that happen. Comes a shutdown. Nice, decent high ground position here. Siege tanks are sieging up. With the bio kiting back, though, they kite back so far that the tanks are left to fend for themselves yet again. But they did fall back to yet another tank position, which isn't so bad. Vikings finding places here and there to get a volley or two off on the... Oh, and no detection. There's 2 Banshees here, no detection. Come on, target that Colossus. Oh, looks like they prefer to shoot things that shoot up. So they're going after the Stalkers instead of the weak Colossus. They do scan, but no Vikings to pick off the Observer. Just 1 shot on the Observer. Archon's getting low. Wow, got down to 22 hit points, and because it's an Archon, it's going to get to refuel back to full. 360 in a moment. But with that said, this base was established. This one's trying to remake, and another one going up over here. Scarlett's not doing so bad herself with 5 bases on her side of the map. Again, these Banshees just being annoying. If nothing else, it's forcing attention away. More production going down for MicroMachine. Nice little position here. If she tries to take either ramp, she might be in trouble with that tank position. And she's going to go for it. Larger army for sure, but this is such a nice position. Yeah, even this little cliff face to use with the Vikings. I don't think MicroMachine's actually killed any Colossus, but he keeps getting volleys on them. Yeah, units lost tab, we can see, yeah, no Colossus have gone down. So maybe good micro as well out of Scarlett. Meanwhile, oh, this is what he's talking about with the dark art of, what did he say? Dark arts of invisibility. So forcing the lift on this base, and forcing out a lot of scans, which, you know, this find a DT and scan it is probably good code when you're facing a single DT. Oh, and they're getting mixed up. They don't know which way to go. But doesn't work as well when there's mass DT. And those scans are 225 minerals that are not 225 minerals because you scan instead of muling. Pretty heavy victory there, though. Gets down the Colossus as well. Banshee's getting torn apart. This base being forced to lift off yet again, and still forcing out more scans. I mean, he's losing DTs sometimes when the scan is there. It's like a Banshee went down. A couple more DTs fall. 6 base going up for Scarlett. MicroMachine already kind of on 6 bases. They keep getting like attacked, so he's not getting like full income on it. Stalker hit squad over on this base. We got the Banshees over here, a whole bunch of them now. Wow. DT is warping in up here. Trying to blink on top of the bio. It does take a couple tank volleys. But outside of tank range at the moment, Knights will siege up in range. I don't think the Stalkers know about it. No, they do not, and they're going to take a few more volleys. It looks like Scarlett is distracted by her DT harass over here, however. Another scan, not doing much. Able to dive out of there, but into a missile turret, but the turret did not live very long. This time, a large army on the scan. Okay, so this will actually get some DTs down, and that's some expensive losses. Cyclone still kiting from out of range. This poor base is just under constant harassment. Is detected this time with a Raven in the army. And it looks like his MicroMachine's turn to move out. And this is a good idea when you're getting pulled apart by multiple harass, although another harass squad coming in. And this is where MicroMachine breaks. And I think I know why. You'll notice this army doesn't actually do anything from this point forward. There's a bug in the game, or a bug in the Blizzard API that happens if you're feeding it too many actions. And if we bring up the APM tab, MicroMachine is up to 115,000 APM, which is way too high. So it looks like some sort of MicroMachine bug here, which led to the Blizzard API bug, and these things are just going to dance around and do nothing. Here comes a Banshee that arrives, but it's not actually shooting. And yeah, MicroMachine's completely broken. So no response to this harass, no response to this harass. The army he moved out with is not attacking. But random movements. Just things moving randomly until, you know, about 30 seconds later when it entirely crashes. So unfortunately, this is what happened last time we had a good match between MicroMachine and a top player. MicroMachine once played Steadfast for a show match, who is a GM Zerg player. And it was a really back and forth match. Like every minute it was like switching who was ahead. And then the same thing happened. MicroMachine crashed about 20 minutes into the game.